It is a sound like... It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Ravens take over first.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Tackled at the...
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
Looking left side, Andrews with it complete.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Caught by Snead over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Jackson going to look to do it himself. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and 11 now. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Jackson.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
His kick is good. Makes the score Ravens 3, Seahawks nothing.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a 3rd-round pick back in 2012.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not
much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
1 yard.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week. 15 carries, 53 yards. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly.
Complete to Will Dissly.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The first carry now for Benny Snell. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
86.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
Jackson's pass.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21.
Defense.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Jackson's going to look to run it. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 38.
Jackson.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
12 more yards there and another first down.
And a Raven first down.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
4-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
At the 3-yard line.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Pardon me, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now Wilson, option right. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Wilson. That's good.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Buying time to his left. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he whips that one incomplete there. And he is a intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Husky Marcus Peters. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Ravens offense back out there. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 43-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. He's got the 1st down here. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He had the option there, decided to keep it, exposed himself and fumbled it.
Yeah, and you worry about the hits he's going to take in that situation. In this case, not only does he take the hit, he coughs the ball up, as you noted.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Well, he's had success running the football in this one, and that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to him.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. B.J. Hill, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through.
The kick is good.
And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
Seahawks, nothing.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. From the gun, Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
He's on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Jackson's pass.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson going to run. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
But Jackson going to hold on to it again.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Third and goal, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Devin Duvernay.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he's got it to make it now 13-0. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this one's incomplete. Benny Snell, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd and 5.
He was covered by Patrick.
Operating from the gun. Wilson. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And some space here.
Wilson's pass complete. Fumble on the play.
All fumbles are costly, but that one really hurts because he had the first down.
Yeah, that's all he needed, right? But the problem is we coach these guys to try and get more, but that doesn't count if you don't bring the ball with you, does it?
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they are in an absolutely golden spot. It's 1st and goal following the fumble return.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
And he'll drop here to throw.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's Carson. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
Offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
To throw is Wilson, operating from the gun. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd down at the 41-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson throwing the out route and complete. That's Stevenson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, yes, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, Jackson.
Open man is Duvernay.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson will throw again. A short throw caught by Andrews. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings
Well,
up
they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Again, Jackson got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 20-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
on for the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game.
Ravens 16. Seahawks nothing.
So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started over at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, where it was the Saints who come away with the victory at home. 31-28, the final score. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Sterling Shepard, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Here's Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. To throw is Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
Justin Matabike
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, he'll find Metcalf. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Boy, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Tackle there by Richard Lawrence. They'll go again with Dobbins. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Complete to
Mark Andrews, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Tucker now to add the point after.
The extra point.
And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out comes the Seattle offense. We take a peek at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Wilson.
And this a quick slant to Lockett.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Free safety, Clinton Dix, the man to make the play there on the defensive side. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
A 29-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread.
Ravens 23, Seahawks 3.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And if you're keeping an eye on the box score, that last run puts him over the 100-yard mark for the game. And this defense has just had all sorts of trouble trying to keep him under wraps, both passing and running.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Made by Jordan Brooks. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass. Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's a gain of 3.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a first down.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
12 yards there and a first down. You could not write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Patrick Queen on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at their 49-yard line.
Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space.
Complete.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
False start. Offense.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. From midfield now, here's Wilson. On the crossing route, complete. It's Stevenson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the shotgun, Wilson dancing to it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. They go with Howard again.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
First down, Ravens.
They'll run here with Dobbins.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now Howard. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. He can run for it, and he will. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Tucker's kick is good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23.
Ravens 26. Seahawks 3.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Escaping the pressure right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, Dobbins, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on 1st down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Jackson going to tuck it down on the option.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run with Dobbins. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
One more time with Dobbins. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Baltimore, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.